Still seems a bit like deja vu to me. Welcome back. So, I'm back at Wairarapa. So you might remember this campsite from Lake Weekend. This was the first night, and went up to Blue Range Hut the next morning. So while I were here, I spotted the Mikimiki Tramline, which I wanted to come back and do. So here we are. That's what we're going to do. First I'm going to have dinner and then sleep. Do it in the morning. There's amazing clear skies on the way over. I've never seen the ranges that clear before. But it's incredibly windy. I don't think that'll bother me tomorrow. And forecast for tomorrow is to be very calm and rain tomorrow evening. So not sure what tomorrow will bring after doing the tramline, but I'm just going to chill and enjoy for the moment. I'm going to track. No spillage. After however many years of using these grinders. So, it's a bike trip. I didn't realise this last time, but the Mikimiki Tramline is a dual-use trail. So it's only reasonably short, but apparently 2 to 3 hours to do the track, and then you need to come back the same way, or some back roads and a short section of highway to make it a loop. I have no idea how old my information is or what condition the track's in, so this could be a nice leisurely walk in the forest with my bicycle. Come along for the adventure. Get into it. Somewhere I've lost my tripod. Going back for a walk to look for it. This all seems a bit like deja vu to me. I had a feeling it was on that really technical bit that I just wrote up, but maybe it's further back. It's alright, it's a nice day for a walk with my bike in the forest. Okay, so I got about 10 metres from where I used it and it fell out of my feed bag. So, feed bag's not the place for it. I think I've worked this out before, but hey, I've spotted some interesting stuff on the walk back. More Tramline relics, so that's quite cool. Well, my first recommendation is do not bring an e-bike. This is definitely a grunt. Once you get into the first 2.5k, it gets narrow, it gets steep, it's granny gear and it's technical and generally safest to walk. But it's beautiful. Well, I believe we're at the top. So, give or take halfway there. I've doubled back a bit looking for tripods, but it appears that start heading down now. It's definitely incredibly windy, not too bad in the forest, but certainly feeling up the top here, and I imagine once we get out to the road to do the loop back around, it's a bit worse. So. We're just sitting there, it's so peaceful. I've just been thinking about my philosophy of capturing moments, and then came across this one. Quite happily sit there all day. But it also got me to thinking that a couple of 100 years ago, most of New Zealand was probably like this. And I just can't get my head around the thinking of the time that just sailed for who knows how long from industrialised countries to this beautiful green bushy island. And we think, let's fuck it up. But unfortunately, even now, with a different mindset of thinking, we've still got plenty of people that think we'll go into the little bit of bush that we've got left and let's fuck it up. So get out there and enjoy it. Leave no trace. Once you view the world as a trials rider, you can't unview the world as a trials rider. But no, the track doesn't go that way. Despite my levels of confidence in coming onto the bridge at speed, apparently it's not wide enough for my handlebars, let alone a mirror as well. Despite all that blue sky, feeling spits of rain. But I have to say, rides like that are exactly what got me into bikepacking, and as much as that's not a bikepacking trip, even just adventure rides like that, the fact that you don't have to walk the same track back or have cars at both ends to do it as a hike. You can do it on the bike and make it into a loop, which that appeals to me. Even if I've got to carry my bike half the way. So in the past I have touched on how important nutrition is when riding, and it came up in conversation the other day with a new rider talking about hydration. More than just water, some form of electrolyte replacement, your essential salts, your sodium, your potassium, probably a few other things in there, magnesium, all really important, especially on longer rides, to help you recover, but also to keep you going, stop cramp and all those kind of nasty things. But nutrition is important as well, because you need carbs, lots of carbs. That's the 2 kilometres of Highway 2 done, and it's actually not bad. There's a reasonable shoulder all the way, and the drivers are courteous too, or at least this morning, which that makes a huge difference no matter how much shoulder you've got. So now it's just a grind back up Kiriwhakapapa Road, which hopefully is an all-head wind. So I'm not going to claim to be any form of expert, but my experience tells me there's no substitute for bike time. Gym work, cross training, road cycling, indoor trainers, great for fitness, but they do not help with conditioning. So they're good for those times that you can't get on the bike, but ultimately being on the bike yields the best results. And the more you suffer now, the less you suffer. The more you suffer now, the more you're prepared to suffer when you get out on a trip. You won't suffer any less, you just be prepared to accept it. As they say, it never gets easier, you just get faster. They also say, refer rule number 5. incredibly happy with how that ride went. Well worth the effort. So I hate coming back to a mess, or hate leaving a mess in the offender when I go. The case of living out of a small space, even for a short period of time. So now it's time to pack up and get on the road. Probably not going to do anything else because it was a reasonably solid effort. It's a cool campsite, but solo just doesn't have the vibes that Ruatiri or Wairarapa Valley have, where I can just sit there for days. Allegedly, tonic water helps with cramp. Something I picked up from someone I met on the Renegade, and it hasn't let me down. So, a bit of a tip. Not a bad thing to have some tonic in your chili bin for the end of a ride or the end of a run. Probably not a bad thing to have some gin in there too if you're staying with camp.